your first fight week as champion. What's the feeling like? Is there any difference at all as far as your comfortability, your confidence, just how you're feeling?
I'm always pretty confident. You know, you guys know you've been here this whole way, so I'm always confident, man. It feels good, you know. People are calling me the champ. I don't want that to ever change.
Nice. What about the matchup itself? You know, people are obviously breaking it down to the size difference between you two guys and talking about the wrestling. He went to Chechnya to try to show up his wrestling. I mean, how much can a guy get ready in one fight camp? And just what do you think about the whole matchup?
He's been doing it for a while, since Phil whipped him. But doesn't matter. It's a lifetime. And if I don't have to take him down. I can beat him in a stand-up. So I hope he spent a lot of time practicing wrestling, so when I punch him in the face, he's not ready for it.
And talk about, obviously, the Jon Jones news this week. Does that change anything for you? Does it do anything, knowing that, you know, he's going to avoid the jail time, he's back in the mix, and that would probably be your next fight if you can win here?
Well, I mean, I'm going to win, so, yeah, whatever. I've got a fight Saturday. Congratulations, you know. He still has some business to take care of, obviously. We'll see when the UFC clears him. We'll see when he wants to fight, you know. We don't know what he's been doing these last few months, but if he's been training, then so be it. If there was ever a doubt that I want to get back in the octagon with that man, please put it to rest. There's no worry on my end. We're celebrating on this side.
At least for us, I mean, the timing's kind of hilarious that the court date was set for right before this kicked off. And is it annoying to you that it kind of looms large over all of this?
No, I mean, it looms large to you guys, not me. I'm focused on the task at hand. I've said time and time again, that guy's not on my radar. I'm trying to prepare for a tough guy on Saturday night. And, yeah, worked out that way, but oh well, you know. I'm a competitor. I will never back down from anything. And I'm glad he's back. If he's even back, he hasn't been reinstated yet. I mean, we're talking like this guy's scheduling a fight right now. We don't know where this guy's headspace is. We need to figure it out. He's got some things to still figure out on his own. Just because he got his punishment by the justice system, but we don't know what damages did to this kid. And if it did none, then this dude's got some real problems.
You had some fun with the infographic that they had put together about your time with Jon and Alex's fight with Jon, saying he's not the only guy that we fought.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows, you know, a lot of times it seems as though Alex has gotten a lifetime pass because of that fight in September of whatever year it was, because whatever happened before that or after that doesn't seem to matter in his case, because we continue to go back to that same night. And for the guy to put DC and Alex have only had one common opponent makes no sense. Alex just fought Anthony. I just fought Anthony. He's not even our last common opponent. You know, it's like, what the hell? But that's the extent that people go to try and prove a point and discredit me. A lot of people want to discredit me. I've done nothing. I've done nothing but show up and fight, go to work inside the octagon, outside the octagon, and do things right. But people want to discredit me and talk about me. I've done nothing wrong.
Do you get any sense of why that would be?
I have no idea. Some people just don't like you. And maybe I'm just a person that's easy to dislike, but I don't get it. But whatever, I don't care. I'll continue to do what I do.
Does it drive you at all, that? Like
yeah,
that?
It's motivation. Thank you. If you're an Alexander Gustafsson fan, and you're one of those people that continuously got on my Instagram and wrote me horrible comments and talked about my children and my family and me, all you did was motivate me, and you made it worse for your guy. So in the future, if you're a fan of one of my opponents, stay off my shit, because you're just going to make it worse on them.
Ask Rashad what Rashad the analyst would say of where Rashad the fighter's at. What's DC the analyst think of where DC the fighter's at?
If I was breaking down a Daniel Cormier fight, I would say it's a guy that can wrestle, a guy that likes to put a lot of pressure on his opponents. I've got efficient striking. It's sufficient. It manages to get me through the fights, and if I can knock people out too. I'm realistic with myself. I know that I'm not a striker, but if you throw me in some boxing gloves with anyone else, I'm pretty damn good in there too. I'll stand and box anyone. So I'd say DC's in his prime, and he's exactly where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, you talk about people kind of wanting to discredit you a little bit. 6 years in, got that shining gold belt. Had one from Strikeforce.
Yeah,
Had two on the regional circuit.
Yeah, you know, it's very hard to comprehend how it's like you discredit a guy who started doing this when he was almost 31 years old. You know, but once again, some people just don't like you. You cannot satisfy everyone. But I've got a lot of supportive fans, people that do like me, and people that do care about me, and people do enjoy what I do. So these people that don't, all I'm talking to you is for one reason. Thanks for the motivation.
Do you feel like your ability to take a punch is sort of underrated? Because just watching Anthony fight Jimmy Manua, I mean, you're really the only guy who's managed to take a clean shot from him and survive.
I can take a punch. Yeah. I learned that very early when Rocco kicked me in the face about a month into my career. And then Kane kicked me in the face. It was no easy way for me. Those guys beat me up. And then I took some shots, but I learned very quickly that I better learn to defend that shit. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
You seem to have a lot of Swedish fans too. What do you want to say to them?
Swedish fans, thank you. I know it's very difficult to root against your guy, and you know what? No hard feelings, because they're very respectful. They write on my Instagram in Swedish like I'm supposed to understand it. I just take it as compliments. So if they're bad mouthing me, put it in English so I can understand.